Capturing customer value is a continuous process that needs to be integrated into all facets of your business. Outcome-based mapping is a valuable tool for combining research, evaluating, and monitoring customer value. By identifying and tracking outcomes, organizations can assess the effectiveness of their programs and services and make necessary adjustments to improve the value they deliver. It is often used in the social and public health sectors, but can be applied in any industry or sector to increase the quality and impact of program services. It is a process that involves the following steps: identify the issue or challenge that the organization is trying to address. Create a visual map that outlines the relationships and interactions between people, organizations, and issues. Identify and name the individual and organizational outcomes related to the issue. Create a plan for how the organization can address the issue and to measure progress. Why map outcomes? When we think about outcomes, we often focus on the outputs of our work, such as the number of people who receive a particular service or the number of products sold that meet specific requirements. But outcomes extend beyond these measures and include your work's impact on individuals, organizations, and the surrounding community. Outcomes are the results that matter to your organization, your community, and the people you serve. An outcome-based approach to planning and decision-making helps organizations keep their focus on achieving these critical results. It also helps organizations track and measure their progress towards achieving these outcomes over time so that they can make adjustments as needed. What are the benefits of measuring outcomes? Outcome measurement can help you assess your progress toward achieving goals and objectives. Evaluate program effectiveness for improved decision-making. Increase organizational accountability. Communicate results to stakeholders. What is the outcome of the evaluation? Outcomes are the desired changes in knowledge, attitude, skill, or behavior that result from an activity or process, i.e., learning experiences. The term outcome is also used to refer to the process itself, as in the evaluation will focus on outcomes rather than outputs, Krathwohl 1998. What are examples of outcomes? An example of an outcome is how much money someone makes after paying taxes, their net income. An example of an outcome is the result of a legal decision. The suit's outcome was that she would pay damages, a consequence that follows an event that has occurred, as a consequence or result. How to conduct an outcome-based mapping study? The term study in this context refers to a carefully planned activity where researchers collect data from a representative sample of customers or stakeholders to gain insight that can be used to inform decision-making and improve programs. There are several ways to conduct outcome-based mapping studies. One-on-one interviews. This is the most common way to conduct an outcome-based mapping study. It involves a researcher meeting one-on-one with a customer or stakeholder to learn about their experiences and identify their needs and desired outcomes. Focus groups. A focus group is a qualitative study involving a few participants engaging in an interactive discussion about an issue or topic of interest to the researchers. Product testing. This involves testing a product or service with a small group of customers or stakeholders to learn about their experiences and identify their needs and desired outcomes. The use of surveys is also a common method for conducting outcome-based mapping studies. This involves distributing surveys to many people and asking them to identify the key outcomes they would like to see as a result of the mapping study. The use of surveys can be very effective in gathering a large amount of data from a wide variety of people. Once the data has been gathered, it is important to analyze it to identify patterns and trends. Many methods are used to conduct an outcome-based mapping study. The most common and effective method is the use of participatory mapping. This involves bringing together a group of people affected by the issue being mapped and asking them to identify the key outcomes they would like to see as a result of the mapping study. Once the outcomes have been identified, the group can then begin to map out the steps needed to achieve these outcomes. Visit business901.com if you would like to learn more about outcome-based mapping.